That's your title.
That's my title.
You have a cap like this.
Okay.
You understand?
Akide. Oh yeah.
Chief Akala.
Oh wow.
So is it both?
Huh?
This Akala Akide. That's me. That's me. Okay. So we are currently in Ile Ife, the birth of humanity, from what I understand.
For the first time, let me just introduce myself to you.
Okay.
My name is Ushuya Anis Oba Olawuni Bamijogun Badru Alao Obakire of Ife Arule Orisha Ikire. So I welcome you to the land of Ile Ife.
Thank you.
Where the day dawns, where the creation of human beings started all over the world. So you are welcome. You are welcome. 2, you are welcome to the palace of Akiri, one of the ancient deities in Ile Ife. This is the palace of Akiri in Ile Ife, also a temple, at the same time a shrine. It's combined the three things together. It's a temple where people worshiping their gods, and this is shrine and holy land. And this is a palace where he accepts his people, control his people, dialogue with his people. And when I say a temple, I've said it earlier on, it's a place where we worship God. We worship our God. We have religion. We have religion. And this land is marked out as an holy land. And at the same time, we are Orisha Akiri, King Akiri, address his people as an ancient Oba. So I'm the Arole. Sat on the throne, he sat in the ancient years. Now, Orisha Akiri is one of the deities in Ile Ife, as many deities are. And among the deities I'm trying to mention, just to mention a few, there are many. We have Odudua, we have Obatala, we have Oramfe, we have Olurogo, we have Akpata, we have Oreluiri, all ancient areas. What I'm pointing out on the name mentioned, they are the people Orisha created by God, not born by any woman, not born by any woman. So therefore, they are people created in the willingness of God, and give them all the opportunity in the heart to control the heart, to beautify the heart, to make the heart livable for everybody. So you are now welcome to the Orisha Akiri, one of the famous deities among them. Though we have some Orishas who are born that we don't mention until if time comes up when we visit that place. At the same time, they were Orisha. But this one were created by God. No father, no mother. Akiri is among us. Now what we are saying today is whatever state, country we have, every one of us in the heart migrated from this place. Migrate from Ile Ife to every place. This is where the first land was created. This is Ile Ife, where the land was created before it expanded. Ile Ife is a land of expansion. It expand. So everybody takes their own.
And 500 BC. And the work still continues. You understand? Right. Because there is every proof that everybody migrated from Ile Ife to different other places. As he was saying. Look at that place. We are discussing about the Tower of Babel.
Tower of Babel, yes.
Yeah. And Kabiyesi told us that then that that place was surrounded. The Garden of Eden. They have proved that all those things existed here.
Can we see him today?
You see, this is something we cannot finish today.
Well, just see pieces, like I'm interested.
And you talk to him.
Okay, I'll talk to him.
You understand? He's the one who knows more about all those things. But Kabiyesi will tell us then. Even the Ark of Noah,
yes,
that was in the Bible. The evidence is in Ife land. The proof that that thing is in Ife. You know, like we discussed, I will still do some research to get to the exact location where that is. And I will take you there.
Okay.
Maybe during your next visit. But Kabiyesi can tell you more about all those things. There are so many proofs, so many things that links Ife to so many of these countries that we are talking about. You know, if you look at the distance from Brazil to this place, it's not a little distance. But there are people who speak Yoruba in Brazil.
Right. Because of the slave trade.
If you go to Cuba, it's still the same thing. Even before the slave trade. What we are discussing is really the slave trade. Because humanity migrated, people migrated from Ife to different countries and established there. And that is why if you go to other countries, you see evidence of Ogun, evidence of Eshu in those places. Where did they take it from? So talk to Kabiyesi. Kabiyesi will.
So people migrated.
Yes.
To America from Ife.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as I was saying, we had
on our migration for Egypt, between Egypt and
so every human being migrated from Ile Ife. What I'm trying to point out, what I'm saying is every one of them have their own
family compound.
Have their own family compound. Yeah. So I'm the figure of one family compound. That is called Akire. So all my children, all the children from me is called Akire. Wherever they go, wherever they settle, there's Ikire people in Ile Ife. So Ikire group, Ikire ethnic groups in Ile Ife. And as I've told you, we have Olurogbo groups in Ile Ife. It's one of the deities. As I've told you, Orambe is one of the deities. We have its own ethnic groups. Obatala, Obatalisa. We have its own ethnic groups. We have Edudua ethnic groups. All etc. So everybody have its own rules here in Ile Ife. So everybody migrated here to everywhere they belong to. So that's it. So I can only give you more and details of my own ethnics. Then the others, I can lead you. So that because I want you to have the authentic.
Yes.
Authentic.
That's what I want.
So that you won't be just running about and falling to the hands of but it's not a question of urgency. Understand?
Yes, I understand.
So we take it gradually. Then, what other question you want to?
I would like to more possible. How did as Falajiki mentioned, Yoruba people in Brazil and Cuba, how did they get over or migrate to Brazil and Cuba before the slave trade? Can we speak on that a little bit? Is that okay?
I'll tell you one funny thing. Like I was telling you about the Tower of Babel. If you look at the Bible says at the destruction of Tower of Babel, everybody migrated to different places. You understand? This is not our own creation.
So this is before the continent split,
slave trade,
or before the continent.
You understand? The land. If you look at the history of Ife, if you look at Oduduwa,
yes,
there is one Yoruba history. If you look at the image, the statue in front of the palace, you see somebody holding the staff, and there is a cock on the ground. If you look at, if you studied Ifa will tell you the beginning of humanity, and how everybody migrated from one place to the other. The earth was full of water before creation. Kabiyesi will tell you, he knows the story very well.
Okay.
You understand? Let him do.
Okay. So my question is, was was the planet, the continents, were they all one when they migrated, or were they split already? How did they get across the bodies of water to get to Cuba and Brazil?
Okay, thank you. You know, dispersion of human being in the ancient days is one by one, two by two. And as of that time, no plane. Everyone know that. But that's something we use that time. Call it either Egbe or Kanako. Some people can travel for good 3 years without coming back home, or 5 years without coming home. After 5 years or 10 years, we trace back. Oduduwa travel here from Ile Ife to Mecca. Understand?
Yes.
He stayed here for some times. All what he normally do here in Ife, he brought it along and with his people. Then at the end of the day, he come back again to his father's land. Likewise others. Likewise all other Orishas. The Cuba cannot take them tinkle of 5 minutes before they go reach there. It's just a question of raising their legs up and find themselves in that place.
Okay.
Yes. We doesn't use plane or whatever that.
Or boat, no boat.
In the ancient days.
Okay.
But they have the power, the spiritual power of them that. You understand? Then the Cuba you are telling me, I'm talking about, you see, most of them are speaking Yoruba language.
Yes.
Most of them have come to, I mean, they have came to Babawani just of recent. Even during that period, we even give them their Yoruba names. Change their normal name to Yoruba names. So the migration of people from Ile Ife here is not magical. It's real. It's real. And when you get to that place, then you have your own children there. To them 20 years, the children they born another one. That is how things continue. Let's continue. And the question of 100 years, 500 years, you will see a lot of people in the ground, marry themselves, born, everything. So that is how the migration started.
Okay.
It started little by little.
Okay. And then this is the last question. If everything originated from Ife, how does it make you feel that in the Bible, the Quran, the other religious texts, that Ile Ife is not mentioned at all, unless I missed it? I don't believe it's mentioned. So how does that make you guys feel that you guys are giving credit for the creation or the origins of mankind? How does that make you feel?
Yeah.
The Torah. I'm sorry. The Torah.
As I've said, Ife is the first land on the world where religion started. There's nothing like Christianity or Muslim. We have our own traditional religion.
Okay.
I am the one of the custodians of that religion. Likewise, all Orishas I'm talking about, they have their own religions. Understand? Then, when we talk of the Christianity or Muslim, it is a part borrowed from ancient religions. You know, in the Bible, Jesus said, I did not come to eliminate what my forefather has done, but to modernize it.
But when the Christians came, the missionaries came, they tried to eliminate it.
When they
The missionaries.
When the missionaries came, they tried to eliminate it.
There is no way you can cover what is original. You understand?
Yes.
You may try to work with fake things, create your own idea, but later the truth will still be revealed. Are you getting me?
Yes.
If you look at it now, if you go to churches, this is Christmas period, I believe.
So supposed to be, yeah.
This is supposed to be Christmas period.
Yes.
As you go around, you see masquerade parading, going to schools, displaying in the name of Father Christmas. If you look at them and you look at Yoruba, Egungun, it's almost the same thing. Are you getting me?
Yes.
So it's like an imitation, adaptation from all those things. They try to cover our own aspect of history, but our own aspect of history, the truth, will not cover itself. It will always be revealed. Whatever they are doing is like using a basket to cover flame. You know the flames keep escaping.
Right.
All through.
Yes.
You understand?
I understand.
No matter how they try to cover things. Are you getting me? No matter how they try to cover things, the truth will always
reveals itself. Yes.
If you see, 1,000 years ago, nobody is talking about coming to Ife to trace their roots.
True. They weren't.
Yes. But the truth has been revealed that the source of humanity is Ife. Like I told you, there is archaeological confirmation. There is spiritual confirmation in the sense that if you look at Ife as a whole, if you look at this place, you can't compare Ile Ife with any other place. And if you trace the origin, the history of every land on earth, there will always be linked with Ife. Why is it that people from America, I mean even the whites, they come to Ife to tell One that they are his subjects. That is only that they wandered away and they are trying to return home. Brazilians do come, Cubans do come, people from Trinidad and Tobago, even Russia, they do come here to tell them that they are part of Ife before they were taken away. Slave trade is like just an excuse. The migration began before
the slave trade.
The migration, yes.
You understand?
Yes.
The migration began before the slave trade. And it's only the Bible confirms it that before creation, the earth is full of water filled everywhere. The Quran says the same thing, that water filled everywhere. How did they get sand to cover the land? It is only Yoruba history that revealed that it was Oduduwa that brought sand from heaven with a cock. If we get to the palace, you will see the distance there. Okay. With a cock, and drop the sand and put the cock on the ground to spread the sand around. That is the beginning of creation, and that is the beginning of humanity. And that thing started from Ile Ife here. If you look at the name Ife, something that is spreading.
Oh.
That's the meaning.
That's the meaning. The land that is expanding.
The land that is expanding.
Wow.
So Ile Ife is not just a creation of anybody. It is creation of God, and it is the source of humanity that God himself has confirmed. So
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Today, we are confirming the city title, the city title in Ile Ife, here in Akiri Palace, as Chief Akala Akiri of Ife.